We're going to hold me accountable. Here we go. A
10-minute
10-minute
toy review beginning in 3, 2, 1.
All right, folks. So this is the Mess Toys Black Suit Neighbor. My box came beat to hell. it was crunched because
I like how they charge you, like they ask you, right? Like, do you want the box? No box. No box saves you like $2.
Right.
Sometimes, who needs the box? It comes.
No.
It comes as is.
It showed up like a package of droogs, and that's okay because it is my plastic crack. So fortunately, the figure itself, but the box is, honestly, the box is very cool, and it's just cute. I'm showing this off about how cute they were with what they pulled from their inspiration. But the box would have been nice as it wraps around the Spidey, but that's not what we care about. That's going to go in the garbage. So here he is, all posed up.
Flight stands by 796 Studios. He might make it if you bother him.
Yeah. And they are fantastic. Now, if we jump, let's start with accessories first. So right off the bat, I'm gonna go in a reverse order just because of the pose. So he's got those 2 thwips. He actually does come with a stand that is pretty decent. This is very light. Like Mezco stands are thicker and heavier. But then it's like a mini Hot Toy where I had to screw this in. And there's no screws on here. And those are really nice and firm. So if you want to just have this, like I set it all up because I might actually keep this guy shelf displayed instead of in a tub because he's so gorgeous, which I will get to in the looks. But yeah, so he comes with that, which is nice.
So the arm is firm. It'll hold itself.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. He comes with a second head sculpt. So he's got 2 head sculpts here, which are both really nice. And they're classic in terms of what you would expect to get, right? You got the wider eyes, and then you got the squinty eyes. This is actually the one that I was super excited to get with this version, the Secret Wars, because he came with like the more closed eyes look. In terms of hands, so he's got the 2 that have the ports on top, as you can see here. They will also plug in with the standard webs here. So you got 2 web lines that can all port in. And then he also then comes with regular fist hands, but that have the open port. I know that this not really blurring. There we go. But it's got the port on there. So you can plug in said webs.
Hands. So it's a closed hands. Like, is that what you're talking about?
I guess the fist. You know what? This is the fist. So if you needed a fist, it would be that. But then it also has the hole to hold the web line.
Got it.
Yeah, but it doesn't go all the way through, which is a bummer for wanting to use stuff from custom webs, either that you've made. I'm always going to promote web heads. That dude is the best. I love those webs. So that's the downside, that you won't get to slide the webbing through, but it does have the port there for that. He does come with these kind of like claw hands.
Okay.
See, so very similar to Agent Venom, but not. Oh no, those are like more the wall crawling ones. He does have ones with like a. I'll just go through them all. He's got the open flayed hands over here. He's got this nice little posed hand too. You see that? That's something that we haven't had in other Revoltech figures before. Super wide wall. I guess this is more of the super wide wall crawling hand that we're used to with the Yamaguchi. And I think that was it. So, you know what? I thought this had more of a claw, but it does not. It's just more of like the angular knuckles.
Okay, yeah.
But no claw. I thought there was a claw. So either way, it's a really nice set of hand selection.
Machi is suggesting that you can also drill through the hole to make it so that you can use custom webs.
I love the Machu mod suggestions. Thank you, Machi.
Yes,
That is true.
Machi Toy, always suggesting to wreck your toys. Just kidding.
No, but you know what? That is a really great suggestion and super easy. That would be super easy because you have the guiding lines of the initial peg holes anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Now,
is it the same joint as a regular Yamaguchi for the wrist?
Yes. Well, that's what we're gonna do a little comparison over here. But first, from a looks perspective, I love the matte black. The matte black looks amazing. Little comparison between the Legends too. I mean, it's pretty. It's a pretty figure, you know. Although Secret Wars, I guess it's not really as matte. I guess it kind of is. It has a little bit of that look to it compared to this guy who's very shiny. The Gamerverse. Yeah. But that's also the look of that particular style.
Yeah, it's supposed to be more of a living symbiote on him.
Right. So from a looks perspective, this is everything that you would want. I mean, it comes all the way around. I really like how, you know, with Yamaguchi articulation, you have the front sliding, you know, the front.
Keeping you honest, you are at 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Oh, boy. All right. So we got the slide over here, and it does a pretty decent job of keeping the lines. But you know what? I'm never going to get upset about that, because if you want the articulation, even on Legends, it's the same thing. It's so difficult. This actually is probably the most consistent, the one, the Secret Wars, because of the way they did it. They actually avoided the butterfly joint altogether.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's probably the best in terms of the logo, cohesion. But yeah, now see, I'm starting to sweat now because I know we're running out of time. I think he looks fantastic. He's a little bit taller than a Legend figure, not by much, but a tiny bit there. And this is actually my first time comparing him. I just took him out of the box beforehand. So they are on par. There's no difference in height there.
That's what they said. They said that this time it'll be a 1-to-1 height match.
Yeah, so that's fantastic, because I know that there's been that little bit of a shrinkage that happens with some of the CT toy versions, like the Wolverine is a little smidge shorter than the regular. Articulation, it took me a second to get used to or reused to the articulation scheme. And this is what I was curious about. All right, so there's a bicep swivel here. And the one thing early on, I was like, this feels like Captain America arm articulation. And the biceps, I don't know if they're seized up. There's cuts for them. So I don't know if it's just glue, but my biceps are not swiveling and I'm too nervous to push it. Like, they are real solid.
Oh, so I think it should work unless they decide not to. I mean, it looks like it's cut. It's cut,
but it is locked, and it makes me very nervous. So
might need to do some team heat.
I think so. I haven't really done anything.
But then that could loosen up the figure itself.
Yeah. So that's been my one thing, is that from an articulation standpoint, it's everything that you do get with this Spidey, but at least mine currently has that Captain America vibe where you have to kind of, up and around and stuff, because you're not getting.
The chat is also informing us. Subject
FNAF.
It's just super tight. Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah. All right. So I will have to heat this up then, guys. The other thing out of the box, you can actually hear it. Hold on. Can you hear that?
That was audible.
Yeah, that was the right elbow. So there is that little bit of tightness. He's very tight, like a tiger. So yeah, I don't know. Like initially, I'm happy that I'm happy that I opened them yesterday and I'm able to give you this fresh perspective, because my initial out of the box was honestly a little bit of a letdown at first, but that's because I had my expectations so high. So with 15 seconds left, I will say that the plastic feels better on a real deal, but that should make sense. But the plastic here is really sharp and nice, and it's way better than my bootleg Deadpool. And I hope to see more from Mess Toys. So there you go.